Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Making History: The Calm and the Storm. This is a grand strategy World War II game developed by Muzzy Lane Software. It is not as in-depth or, well, horrifically complicated as Paradox Interactive's Hearts of Iron 3, but I can actually play this one without immediately failing simply by not having the slightest clue what I'm doing. Also, this one doesn't take anywhere near as long, so yeah, gonna play a game of this. Now, I've played a few games of this before, so I do know what I'm doing, which makes a change actually for the games of Let's Play. And on this occasion, I'm going to go for an easy game. Some may disagree with that, and I may well play games of this in the future. I may even take requests on specific countries or specific victory conditions, whatever people want to suggest. But for now, I'm going to be going with the easiest, one of the easiest ways to play in the game, which is United Kingdom, with victory conditions being ideology power points. Now this means that as the United Kingdom, we are a democracy, as opposed to the two other ideologies at the time, which were fascism and communism. All that has to happen is at the end of the game, democracy has to be the most powerful ideology in the world. Simple. No goals, no personal power, no alliance power, nothing like that. Nothing past stopping the spread of fascism and making sure communism doesn't run away with the game because we're not paying attention, which can happen. I'm going to stick the difficulty level on... Well, you know what, this is still one of the easiest things. I'm actually going to say harder. Might go hardest, but I'm not exactly sure how hard that is, so yeah. Turn timers can be off, don't care for them. Domination victory is just if you get 90% of them, then you just win, because it's easier that way. And fogging, yeah, that can stay on. I think I will have save turn history, but just because Fraps sometimes has a way of crashing certain games, I want to be able to go back. I won't save scum, no going back and changing things or anything stupid like that. Let's go! A drink while I'm waiting for the game to actually load so I can start explaining some of the basic systems and show everyone the map. Good British music. Yeah, it's the other reason why I picked Britain. Gotta go for the good. All the countries have got their own music, such very good. Anyway, here we are. This is the United Kingdom at this time. Naturally, the island is independent. If I was going for like personal, if I was going for like nation power, I may just conquer them. Don't need to. They are, if they damn well better be, a democracy. So they're good. Let's see if I can find the victory screen. I think it's around here somewhere. Here we go. Right now, democracy has 2,611 power points. I do not expect democracy to lose by any stretch of the imagination, although it may, because Nazi Germany, fascist Italy, and of course Imperial Japan are all on the side of fascism. Anyone with even the ever so slightest bit of knowledge of history knows that Germany, Japan, I'm sorry, my brain's just died. This one is Japan, this one is Germany, and this one is Italy. Apologies, that's not the worst of the names. I'm going to get confused today, don't worry about that. This one I caught, right? When I start calling this Yugoslavia, then you can complain. Yes, as people will probably know, these guys do rather well. Don't expect the USSR and communism to do particularly well. They might run away with the game, this can happen. So no, yes, nice simple game, doesn't take too long, usually. And, well, it doesn't take me a bit long to explain everything, but I do expect to win. I do hope I don't lose now. First thing to do, trade. Trade's important. You need all these resources to get things. Oil is the most likely to run out, and so first thing I like to do on the first turn is just buy up a load of it. That's going to put me in debt very, 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 very quickly, but I don't care. I can also pick up a bit of metal. I'll get the United States metal as well. So make the United States like me as well, so if war breaks out, they're more likely to join. Yeah, I'll buy France's food, actually. Okay, now all of these imports are going to kill my treasury next term. I don't care. I'll fix the treasury by the time World War II breaks out, don't you worry. But for now, I don't care, I just want to make sure I have stockpiles of everything. Now, also before World War II, I want my cities to be a little better than they are. You may notice nothing right now. Most of my cities are at this sort. Well, I've got a lot. I'm Britain. I'm specifically colonial Britain, so I've got a hell of a lot of these particularly poor quality colonies. Britain itself is a bit better. The capital is an advanced city, but most of the rest of it is just basic industrial. I want this to change. So, anything that's low, I'm going to have just build up its industry. Anything, let's see, I don't need arms, so I want goods because well, yeah, actually I've got a fair bit saved up. You know what, I'm going to set everything to industry, and then I'm going to see what the bare minimum I need is. So everything on industry, is probably a fast way of doing this. I don't know of it, so yeah, can't be helped. Oh good lord, everything needs industry. No, industry. Right, so what this will do is, as you can see on the right, it will very slowly build up these IPUs, which are industrial production units, maybe, something like that. It's just a vague, abstract number of how much a city is capable of creating in a week. I think a week is the length of time, I think. Maybe. Possibly. I think it goes in weeks. Anyway, 52 a year, so that would add up to about, I'm going to say weeks. Now it's not perfect, like a tank takes more than a week to build an individual tank, or like all the individual tanks in regiment, but it sort of goes on a bit, well, you know, they've been creating them for a while, this is when it was made. Games like this, you got to give them a bit of leeway. Anyway, what this means is that in 5 turns I will produce an extra light industry, so we'll have 2 IPUs. There's one in 3 turns, and so on and so forth. I can do this for a few turns until the stockpiles run out, and then I need to start worrying about what these actually need to create. Except for one other thing, which is research. Because obviously the country with the best, you know, with the most advanced army can also do very well. 2 ways I could... I mean, there's a few ways to go. You can do a pretty good of everything and sort of work on the... like getting sort of combined arms warfare bonuses. Not usually the way I play. For Britain, seeing as we already have basic infantry, I'm going to go straight for improved and then advanced infantry. And then just swarm that. This may seem a bit weird, but because I've got all of these colonies, even by the time war breaks out, these aren't going to be very good. As in, they're not going to be building the advanced tanks, you know, all the panzers that Germany's rather advanced cities would be capable of making. Look at that, 78. How much is London? 84. But they've got a lot of advanced cities. Well, highly industrial cities. Anyway. Yes. I think I'm also on this first turn. Don't worry, the turns will go much faster after this turn. I'll basically just be skipping through as many as I can. Also just going to move everything into nice single stack armies, because frankly they're no use just knocking about and all these little things. I just want to make sure the navies are a nice big stack. It's not the optimal way of doing it, but hell, I don't care. That's how I do it. It's much easier. Yeah, I can stay there. Yeah, the rest of them can stay where they are, I think. There are a few fleets just knocking about in the ports, I think. Yeah. One more there. One more there. And I'll have all of the men march down. I don't think there's any supply issues, so... I mean, some games have attrition damage if you try to do things like that. Hold on, did I not? Oh yes, I started that, but I forgot. You do need to set industry to it. I need 60 IPUs. So Manchester and Salisbury. Yeah, you're working on research, which should put me exactly the amount I need. Yep. So now I can start moving. Oh lord. Alright, everything start merging. What's the 11th fighter group? Everything can be called that. And everything can be called London District. Gotta move them. Everything nice and simple. This is just so I actually know what I've actually got to play around with if I want to start messing around in the world. And there are various things I could get involved with in the... when are we at? 1936, yes, it's going to be about 3 years till the war. That's Netherlands, that's mine. That. Okay, that's all mine. There are a few things I can get involved with. I can, I can actually invade a few of these smaller countries. Not necessary. I could get the jump on Germany. Not necessary. I could mess around in Africa or India. Again, not necessary. I don't really feel like I want to be messing around with colonialism in this game because I'm not going for personal power. And most of these like authoritarian anyway, so I don't really need to worry about them. It's like Siam, authoritarian. Not really a problem. I can make them democracy, but yeah, the people like America wouldn't really like me doing the whole colonialism thing for slightly obvious reasons. So if Germany starts getting a bit worrying, they're less likely to actually support me in a war, which wouldn't go down well. In fact, it would go down very, very badly. Right. Oh no, we'll have the entire fleet called Humber Force. There we go. So now we've got 4,250 combat power, and because we're out of arms, we are starting to lose. What? No, just get into London. We are starting to lose that. Also, it occurs to me. I forget if I need goods in order to... Yes, I do need goods actually in order to have complete efficiency. So, let's find... Right, London. Goods. Goods are the only one I care about. Arms I can build up nearer the start of the war. Newcastle. Glasgow. Crap. Bristol. More. Belfast. Cardiff. Edinburgh. Leeds and Liverpool, and we're in positive goods. Good. Also, the trade is way down, so I'm going to let the Treasury go under. I forget actually if that has a penalty. Oh, damn, it does. Alright, well, at this point, we cut off trade then. I built up a small stock of everything. So now, we have enough oil. Actually, do I? 628? Yeah, I've got enough. These countries aren't going to like this, but anyway, exporting coal, that's fair enough, I do produce plenty. There we go. Food, I'm actually still low on, so I'm going to keep importing that. Let's see what that does to the old balance. It's very good. So now we've got money to be thrown at things in emergencies. Ah, yes. Now, because when industry goes up, the goods requirement also goes up. So let's find another. Any more? Less. New Delhi apparently is one of the. All right, New Delhi. You're making goods now. Now it occurs to me I'm making... Nice. I am making my colonies much more powerful than mine, but eventually I'll just swap them all into making goods, and then I'll move the goods into my own area. Oh, here's something I can get involved in. Presently, the Spanish Civil War is going on, and Republican Spain is obviously democratic, it's a republic, and nationalist Spain is fascist under... is it Franco? I think it was Franco. Ooh, and China and Communist China are at war, which I do not think is going to take long. Where was I? Yes, the nation of nationalist Spain is a way of figuring out who's in charge of a country. Not sure there is. Hold on. United Kingdom. No, it doesn't say Churchill anywhere. Actually, is it Churchill in 36? It must be. Maybe. Might be Neville Chamberlain actually right now. Yeah, history. Yeah, I know some things. Either way, nationalist Spain. We could propose an alliance. We could. Unfortunately, small countries. Yeah, I'd prefer to get France an alliance first. Then again, I could just straight up declare war on nationalist Spain, but I'm not sure how they'd feel about that. Let's have a look here. I mean, my military's already quite weakened, and in fact I actually don't have that much as it is. Like, combat power 10 here. Yeah, it'd be a bit risky. Be a bit risky getting involved here. And the Republicans aren't doing too bad. I think the Republicans might win the Spanish Civil War. Oh, damn it. Research setbacks. Yeah, it doesn't want to actually tell me how well they're doing, but I think they'll be doing alright. Probably. Maybe. I have no idea. Screw it, let's get involved. What? What do you mean you don't want an alliance? Oh, maybe they are winning. Alright, they'll be fine. Probably. Holy crap, why are the goods so bad? Apparently I'm... Oh, of course. Yeah, other cultures mean significant drops in how many industrial points they actually produce. I suppose most of them are actually upgrading their industry right now, so they're going to go from pre-industrial to industrial. Though I do actually need goods. Who can make goods? You. I suppose you. Why is everything making goods? Oh, Birmingham. You need you stop making goods, and then I'll put Belfast. Maybe. No, you can stay on goods. I can put one of the other. No, Cardiff. Cardiff. Go back to making industry. Let's build up a slight stock. United States is sending us food for free. Thanks. Does anyone say no? An alliance? We're going to need one later. Yeah, no. Of course, at this point, as people, again, who know history may remember, America was still rather isolationist after World War I. Actually helped set up something called the League of Nations, which was basically the United Nations, except it was pretty much just Europe, because everybody else decided they didn't actually want to join the damn thing, including America, who basically set the damn thing up. Something about losing men in World War I don't know. They did lose a few. Actually, they lost rather a lot. Nowhere near the amount of, say, Germany or the UK or France or anyone like that, but they lost a few. Ooh. More and more IPUs. Once it gets over 1,000, then we may start thinking about making other stuff. Oh, holy crap, we've got loads of goods. Right. Let's see, Bristol. You work on industry, and I don't know, Edinburgh, you can work on industry. Maybe one more. No. No, we'll keep like this. Get a bigger stack of goods, and then we'll... I'm really not sure what takes up goods and how that's all actually working out. What's that? Food shortage penalty. There is the food shortage. Stop worrying about it. As you may have already noticed, I'm not particularly attentive with this game, hence why it takes me so little time to actually play it. I've just got to keep clicking through. Republicans are still winning the war. And what's the first major sign we need to look out for? As I recall, the first major sign we should be looking out for will be the annexation of Austria. As soon as that happens, then we have to start worrying. And I just remembered something. Resource producers. Yeah, I really should have had telling these to maximise their stuff. I think this costs money, but I think I've got loads of money, so I don't care. See what this does to my balance next turn. Balance 128 million. 130 million. Alright, apparently it doesn't go down. Ooh. People are selling goods. I'll buy them. Sweet. And so let's just keep transferring more and more people off goods. Let's build up. Let's build up Newcastle for a bit. See how well that goes. And yeah, improved infantry. Nice. How many research points do we... we need 20 more IPUs now into research. Do any have 20? Any at all? Any at all? Nope. Yeah, that's always the way you have to end up adding things up. Pretty easy that time. Anyway, with improved infantry researched and with a hell of a load of good. The United States has been very nice to us today. I'm very appreciative of this fact. Let's see, Glasgow. Guess you're making industry now. Yes, with the United States just continually sending us more and more things, and Leeds. And with my industry getting ever closer to... oh, much over 1,000. Alright, we're over 1,000. Don't think I'm going to stop though. Appears I can get it even higher. And, yeah, we'll pick that up next episode.